Dubai, United Arab Emirates, June 15, 2025. A 67-story skyscraper in Dubai Marina burst into flames. Black smoke blanketing the sky. Nearly 4,000 residents fleeing in chaos, narrowly escaping death. Remarkably, most residents remained calm in their apartments. They had no idea the building was on fire because the fire alarm system was not working. Only when the rescue team or residents from other buildings warned them did they leave in chaos. As towering flames engulfed the 67 Dubai Marina on Friday night, some residents said they were unaware their own building was ablaze until it was nearly too late. Some evacuees noted that it wasn't until they saw firefighters, police on the ground or heard neighbors banging on their doors that they realized the danger. "I think there was no fire alarm, or it didn't work," said Aaron, who works at a nearby shop. "We were on the streets waving at them, as many residents were just staring out of their windows. They thought the fire was in another building, not their own." Fire, which broke out around 9:30 p.m., drew large crowds and triggered an immediate emergency response. Firefighting teams from Dubai Civil Defense, along with police and ambulance services, arrived at the scene within minutes. In several videos shared on social media platforms, residents can be seen rushing out of the main entrance with their faces covered with clothing. First responders are seen guiding evacuees to safety. "It was scary. We were sleeping when it happened. We somehow managed," said another resident. "The firefighters did a commendable job, but I don't know if anything from our belongings is left." Several residents reported smelling smoke, but only realized the urgency after the first responders arrived. "There was a smoky smell that got worse, but we didn't find anything wrong in our flat. Heard the sirens of vans and our neighbor called. Banged on our door that we realized the building was on fire," a resident said on Instagram, describing how the fire unfolded around him. "Fire in Tiger Tower. I was in the building with my wife sleeping peacefully in our apartment while this was happening. We were lucky to step out just on time." Who lives in the neighboring building said the smoke reached his hallway in the early hours. "We had to leave early in the morning because smoke got into my hallway. I grabbed a bag and used the stairs. I'm staying with a friend now." Failure of alarms and smoke control systems. "The fire alarm never rang," said a resident from the 28th floor. "We only found out an hour later from a friend's message. The stairs were full of smoke, so we took the elevator." Another resident said, "Most buildings in the United Arab Emirates have good alarms and sprinklers, but not this one." Ashid, another tenant, shared, "By 11:30 p.m., the smoke was too bad. The front desk told us to leave right away. We only took our phones. Now we need to find a place to stay for 2 days. And they say they'll pay us back, but it's stressful." Despite the confusion, Dubai Civil Defense carried out a swift and well-coordinated evacuation, rescuing 3,820 residents without any reported casualties or injuries. Braving thick smoke through stairwells and elevators, firefighters ensured every resident and even pets were safely escorted. At 11:40 a.m. on Saturday, authorities confirmed that the fire had been fully contained. The smoke still visible at the site was due to ongoing cooling operations, part of firefighting procedures, they added. The sudden fire disrupted the plans of many people living in this building. Adil, a Moroccan expat, decided to send his wife and 2 children earlier for summer vacation after the fire broke out. The family had initially scheduled their summer travel for early July, but the incident has changed their plans. "We were planning to travel in early July, but now I am sending my wife and 2 kids to Morocco," said Adil, who works for a real estate company and lives on one of the tower's top floors. "Our floor appears to be damaged. We are not sure if my apartment is safe. Luckily, the family's passports weren't in the apartment at the time. I had left them at the office after receiving our Schengen visas stamped from the agency. But now, we will have to do some last-minute shopping, as all our belongings are in our flat. His children, who study in a school in Al Barsha, will be staying in Morocco with their mother until August, while Adil will be in Dubai to manage the situation. Neighbors from the next building shouted and told me our tower was on fire. He said, I grabbed my son and told my wife to head straight to the emergency exit with me. The family navigated through thick smoke with the help of rescuers. Pratik said that the visibility was poor while using the staircase. We had to hold on to the shoulders of the person in front of us. Vara, a Georgian expat who runs a travel agency, is currently staying at a friend's house. She lives on one of the higher floors and has been preparing for a work trip to Georgia next Thursday, accompanying a group of United Arab Emirates tourists. I have been packing souvenirs and small goodies for my group. Everything is still in my apartment, she said. I need my laptop and some documents related to travel bookings. Without them, it'll be very difficult to manage the trip. Hopeful and said, it's a work trip, and people are depending on me. I may return after a few weeks and will then look into settling things at the apartment. Has lived in the building for 3 years. Was not home at the time of the incident. He returned around 1 a.m. and saw smoke and flames from afar. The roads were blocked. It was clear that I wouldn't be able to go in, he said. This is not the first time that Marina Pinnacle, also known as Tiger Tower, has caught fire. In May 2015, a kitchen incident sparked a fire on the 47th floor, which spread to the 48th floor before being contained by Dubai Civil